double in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Young Closer podcast. It's your host, Jacob Hagerman. Follow me on Instagram at The Real Young Closer.
And we got your boy, Big Rye. Follow me at official Ryan Rasmussen. And we got the elusive, the dangerous, the legend, back for part 2, Mr. Sean Pollard, the Mindset Monster. Sean, where can they find you on the old social medias?
I like that. You can follow me at the Mindset Monster. No, at Mindset Monster.
Yes, sir.
Boom,
Yes, sir.
there you go, folks.
All right, so
That's pretty cool. Will you say that again? Elusive?
The elusive.
The elusive.
He's hard to catch.
I've never been considered myself elusive. I like that.
I'd
I
say
like that a lot.
You're elusive. I'd say, you're hard to track down.
It's hard to pin down. You know what I mean? He's just all
like if Sean's not in his seat, you don't know where he's at.
Yeah, he could be anywhere.
He's
He's filming a podcast.
Yeah.
Closing a high 6-figure deal.
taking a hiatus with Jennifer.
Yeah, eating dinner.
Hiatus from Mama
You
Bear.
never
Dinner,
know.
baby.
But we're going to edit that out, please.
No, we're absolutely not. But number one, Sean. Okay, so when we did our last episode, I had a lot of people ask me like, why does he call himself like the Mindset Monster? And I'm like, that's
What
a
does
great
it mean?
question. That's a great question, but I'm gonna have you explain it because
Question. That's a really, the story, a backstory to it. I had a woman one time, married woman. She called me a monster. Because I'm getting into her husband, and we're talking about, he needs to get drinking, changes his life. You guys know that I do that. It's not talked about, but I have a group of men that I work with privately. We beat addiction together, quit drinking. That's a story of my life, is what I used to do, not who I am, but what I used to do. And so I remember the wife calling me because I'm calling him at 4 a.m. He made an obligation to me. That obligation to me is you tell me your word. That's your reputation. Your word means everything to me. So I'm blowing him up. Well, I start calling her cell phone at 4:30 in the morning. Like, where's your husband? She gets up. She calls me back later in the afternoon. She goes, you're just a monster. And I was like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. And so the mindset part, you guys know I do a lot of mindset. I went deep with Dr. Jordan Peterson, and that's when I found the virtuous monster and the monstrous monsters of the world. You have to be a monster because the only thing that can't kill a monster is another monster. I went down this rabbit hole, and I'm like, mindset monster. And from there, it stuck. And so the definition, if I were to define the mantra, mindset monster is who you are in business, who you are in your marriage, for your kids, for you guys, who I am for my team. And it's a mantra of who can you become, that extreme self, because you guys know where I was 4 years ago, where we're going together as a team, and what I'm personally trying to accomplish as a man. It takes a lot, and you're not just going to do it casually in this life. So the mindset monster is a mantra I live by. It's who I am. It's an identity. It's that man that goes out and gets what he wants, but you wouldn't mess with me. I mean, you got to be prepared to go to that next level. Hopefully you never have to.
Why do you think most people in business aren't like that? Or why they don't know, or they just don't want to be? Why is there so many people not living like that?
Business is so hard. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, and I love it. But you know what it takes. You guys have seen what we've gone through. Absolutely. I think this business wears them down. And then it becomes just survival. 95% of small business owners don't make it after year 5. 95% don't make it after year 5 because they don't evolve. They don't know how to generate leads, close deals. And so I just think that wears you down. Well, I came from a really, really tough life, and I know pain. And this adversity, this new addiction for business and serving people that I have, and plus the identity I live, the mantra I tell myself, I just tricked myself, man, because none of it was real. And now it's the life that I live. So I think a lot of people just give in because it's hard. And now it's survival. And if you don't have these tools and this crazy mindset, it's really hard to thrive right now in this life. The only up that we have is competition is probably at its lowest form. Not a lot of competitive, real badass men and women out in the market getting after it. So I think a lot of people after year 1, they're just exhausted. Year 3, 4, 5, they're just like, what am I going to do? And if you don't plug into the right training team, plug the Elliott Group, it could be hard to succeed, So that's it.
Life is hard. But yeah, where's the bomb at?
Yeah, dude, where's the bomb at? Hey.
That
Drop the bomb when we edit this. All right, because number one, that was absolutely fire. Like that's I mean that's everybody. Everybody is they're wanting the quickest route. They're wanting to figure out a way to do it where it's easy, where it's comfortable, and where it's safe. The 3 cardinal sins of winning, which just winning doesn't recognize if you try to do anything in those 3. But if you try to do them all at the same time, it's just never going to work, and you never read about those people because they go out of business before year 5.
Now, remember the people? Do you remember some names? Think about this, Jacob. How many names were coming up and coming with us, or that were further along than us in the last 3.5 years together that are gone? Yep. Flash in the pan.
Lots.
Come out hot, come out swinging. Technically, we're still a flash in the pan company. We're 3 years, 6 months into this. Andy's 5 years total of shooting free content. He hired me 3 years, 6 months ago. Now you guys are all here. We're really a flash in the pan company if we don't go on past 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
And our legacy is cemented in who we become, and then iconic role and status that I'm trying to achieve with our people, our company, and the movement that we're creating. That's iconic.
Oh,
you know, when I think of what an icon is to me, like in sports, in business, that's what I want. So I visualize it. I read all the autobiographies of these famous men and women that are leading great companies with pure culture and what they do. I want that. I want that. So that's they say if you have an addictive personality, good. Just don't do the dark, do the light. My new addictions are scaling this company and scaling men and women to the extreme self, the monsters.
I remember you talking about the Phil Knight, like the CEO of Nike.
Yeah.
When you were talking about the movie Air.
Phenomenal. Loved that movie. It was a great movie.
We watched that on the airplane headed up to
4
Manhattan.
times.
Yeah,
You watched it 4 times?
4 times already. I was so fascinated by how they did that. Yeah. You know, and then Mrs. Jordan putting that deal together and getting royalties. You know, Michael Jordan will make $6 billion in the next 2 years he's scaled to make $6 billion.
You know he's stepping away from Jordan.
Is he? Where do the royalties and rights go? It's a lot of money.
No, I believe he's still going to get the royalties, but he's not in the creative design process anymore.
No. Oh, that's wild.
Why would you?
It's just time.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a billionaire now. But that's because and going back to the mindset monster, that's your brand. Michael Jordan, he's a basketball player, but it's a brand.
I mean, let's just
brand.
say it as it is. Brand is just another word for reputation.
That's key. 100%. I'm glad you said that. I'm really glad you said it. Your word, your reputation, your life is your brand. When they get to understand what I mean by the mindset monster is a 6-figure brand right now, as of right now. The money that it generates for the company, the leads that it generates me, for people that do my private coaching, it's a 6-figure company in itself within the Elliott Group. I think in 2 or 3 years, it'll go to a 7-figure company. Monster Coaching within the Elliott Group, that organization that I'm working on with Andy. Like you have Ed Milet and Andy Frisella, right? They have that beautiful Airtate Syndicate. You guys got guys like Ryan Stuman in the Apex program. My goal down the road is to get more time with Andy, because I don't get a lot of time with Andy anymore, is to have like that Monster Coaching where I coach these men and women that I do now, but he comes in and fills in for me, but it's not on his shoulders. So that's long-term play for me. That's my selfish intent, with the Elliott Group.
Well, number one, I want to say this: being selfish, people get it misconstrued. They think that being selfish is wrong. I think being selfish is based out of necessity, because if I can't do it for myself, I for damn sure can't do it for others.
No.
And so it's like one of those deals where people are like, oh, you're selfish. Absolutely.
Sometimes.
But I'm selfish. No. The difference between malicious and like one that's going to be fruitful for others and positive is intention on why I'm selfish.
100%.
Like,
I like that.
Me not taking a phone call because I'm in the gym, or me not showing up to something because I'm taking care of, my body, my team, my culture, like 100%. Like that's selfish. You say, hey, let's go party on Saturday. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm in the gym. Mm-hmm. Or, hey, I have a team meeting. Like I'm going to be training my guys. I'd rather not be doing that. And they're like, oh, that's selfish. All you do is think about yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Because it's for the betterment of others.
If I'm serving myself at the highest level, I can serve millions at the highest level.
Exactly.
And that avenue and those channels are being opened up to do so. And so I got to take care of mine. I got to prime number one first. And then everybody 100%. Else will get the love around me.
And that's it. And so I want to talk about reputation just a little bit longer, because obviously, one thing that we've built is a very powerful reputation of like who we are, the way that we keep our word, the way that we stay fired up. Like just like if you were to take like the Elliott Group brand book, it'd be a bunch of fired up, jacked up, motivated individuals who hit the gym, who are very lethal with skill.
Dressed in 3-piece suits. I love that.
One of them,
by the way.
One of 19.
Well, that's hey man, I owe 34 black Elliott shirts. What? You owe 14 or 19 suits. I love it.
Well,
the brand box.
Yeah, that's my brand box. Is wearing the nice suits, because I've had it's crazy. Over just this past week, I've had like 5 people, like Jonathan Gibbs, come to me like, dude, like why do you always wear a suit? And I'm like, well, everybody has like their coat of arms, like the thing that they put on. It's like their uniform. Yeah. Like it's for me, it's like I step in to like the uniform to be able to go attack. Yeah. Like if you dress the way that you dress, because when you know that you put it on, you're like, okay, now it's time to go to war. Ryan dressed the way that he dressed because he's like, okay, now it's time to go to war.
I just can't find pants that fit me.
Yeah, true.
My quads are
Can't
so
get over
big.
those
So
quads.
Yeah, true.
I can't.
And
It's
then-
just part of necessity.
And for me, like when I put my suit on, I'm like, okay, my mindset, okay, ready to roll. Like it's like a
lot of people don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
When I go into work in the pace that we live, like this doesn't go home. Now I still work at home, but there's a switch. There's that alter ego, like Black Mamba, Air Jordan, TB12. Those names represent the reputation of that athlete. But TB12 ain't going home to his wife and kids and acting like Tom Brady.
No.
There's two cycles of that. That's the on and off, and that's the alter ego that you got to play with. The mindset monster is a servant heart leader. He's a steward of men and women. I don't go home with this energy and craziness. My wife would be like, "What? Okay, calm, relax a bit."
Well, she does work here, so
Yeah, she sees all
She
this.
sees
Yeah,
it.
she-
But now, do you
sees it
think
24/7.
some entrepreneurs, some business guys do go home and act like that, and then it's a whole nother problem that pops up later on that ends up crushing the business? Like, how does a guy figure out how to turn that off? The monster. How do you
figure out what
control
you-
that?
you
Actually,
figure
you know what? Let's do this. Let's talk about a better question. How does a guy figure out how to turn that on?
Ooh, that's a really good question too. Pain is a good starter indicator. Rock bottom and realizing what you don't want and figuring out that there's something else better. Men and women that live mundane lives and make a decision that I don't want to be. Okay, these are my favorite clients. Mundane life. I got money. I got credit. Relationship's okay. I'm bored. I want more passion. I don't live with excitement. Once they realize that and raise their hand and go, I'm done. What do I need to do? Helping them find that alter ego is like a switch.
Oh yeah.
People that hit rock bottom and say, I want help. I don't want to live this anymore. It's very easy to find that switch. Men and women that are just unaware, naive, big egos, I don't drag them along. They're not, they have to go through some pain points or have to really kind of figure out what they want, or you're not going to help someone find that because you can't do it for them. In my experience over the last 3.5 years with serving people and now doing coaching, it's the ones that hit rock bottom and say help, or the ones that have a mundane life and say, I don't want to live this way anymore.
Okay.
That's how you help them find it. You're not going to go to somebody and say, hey, I got an idea for you. We're going to create an alter ego. And they'll be like, what the out of here? What are you talking about, man?
Weirdo.
So yeah, it's not going to work. So that's what I've come to understand.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's pretty much to break it down is you're looking for people who've been chiseled by adversity. I guess you'd say
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
chiseled from adversity.
I'm looking for the wives to reach out too. When they reach out and say, "Hey, can you help my husband? He wants to. My husband's talked about you. I love that, and I want to reach out because he won't." Those are some of my favorite clients because the wives want that man. Like, do you want your wife to fantasize about you? As a married man, you would want that, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
My wife didn't fantasize about me 4 years ago.
You were
Dude, we
yellow.
were barely talking.
Yeah, you were
I was
yellow.
out the house soon, and now, we're each other's best friends and lovers, and it's crazy. It's passion. It's desire. I want this. I raised my hand and said, I'm done. I went and found an Andy Elliott, and I never separated from the cause. And so, now I'm not going to start thinking on my own and doing it my way. No, man, there's a process. There's a system. Can you live within the system? Can you play? For me, in the instance of running this company, can I run another man's playbook better than anybody else in the world? And if I can do that, I'll get everything I want in this life.
Oh, absolutely. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, just how can we make the wheel just go faster,
Yeah.
further, faster, longer?
Yep.
That's it.
Absolutely. It starts with the team, and it starts with the. I don't know if you have any questions about that, but yeah, it starts with there's processes to that. That's a simple system.
Well, actually, so one thing I wrote down is because this has been something that's like been super evident since Andy's been on the road like a whole bunch here this last 6 months. You starting it's getting to the point where Andy, obviously is starting to not separate from the company, but he's starting to expand outward.
Yeah, he's reaching out.
He's now getting reached out. He's getting put on different stages. He's doing a lot more speaking, a lot more podcasts, a lot more
We don't see him
time.
as much.
Exactly. We don't get that moment like when we were back at the the first office in Arizona where we're all dialing next to each other, where Andy's taking leads, Andy's making phone calls with us, Andy's closing deals next to us. And it's one of those where every single day when I wake up, I know, hey, listen, I'm going to be dialing with my boys. I'm going to be dialing next to Andy. Like everybody's right there with us. And then now it's one of those, Andy's kind of doing his own thing, and now I just got to stay focused. One thing that we've built, which I know is with massive help to you and a lot of our leadership team here at the Elliott Group, is a self-regulating culture. culture. Now there's cultures where the leader has to be present. Like culture is where somebody has to just be present. Yeah. Like the leader has to be present because it's culture from the top bottom or from the top down. Like when we were back 2 years ago, there was a culture where Andy's there and he's so in his way of how he's going to do it. He's so strong-willed and hard-headed that he's not going to do anything else besides his way. So it's either get on the highway or exit. Like there's my way or the highway type. Yeah. So we built that culture. We all adopted that mindset. And then now that Andy is starting to step away, we've kept that going. When new people come into the company, it's still the same, like winning, the same positivity, the same, hey, listen, you can have everything in life that you want. Obviously, success is going to cost more than what you want, more than what you want to pay every time. Yep. But now it's self-regulating. Andy can leave for a month, which he did, came back, and the culture got even better.
I thought we broke every record.
Exactly.
And that's what real business should be, though.
I think that's a testament to his leadership. That was special. That was special. For him to be gone, he was gone basically he was gone for 2.5 months. He was back home for about a week, about 4 days.
No, me and him were gone for a month of it, too.
You guys were gone, too. You guys were out of the den as well. And for the team to pull together, rally, and break every record that we have in this company, that's leadership. That's what the man's instilled in us. So you either have a choice. You've been made aware how it wants to be now. He wants it done. You've been made aware of the stress load that we put on you. You've been made aware that there's a design to the fitness, the design to the mindset, and how we do business. You've been made aware. Oh, yeah. So are you going to make the choice and step up, rise to the occasion, or are you going to go back to your normal operational mode, which is somewhere around here before we met you, or are you going to step up? Well, I'm not going to let you go back. You just know that. That's not going to happen. So Absolutely. The ones that need the push, they'll get the push. The ones that don't need the push, I don't talk to them. How you doing? What's going on? We don't game plan. Self-regulated. If you're a self-regulated man or woman, you don't hear much from me. You don't need my help. But if you do, then we'll just go show massive love. And the expectation is clear, core values, right? Those are on the wall. Live by that, and let's go push. And then you can rip out a lot of good potential out of somebody if their heart's right.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and I get asked all the time, like, how do you guys find people? I'm like, well, they believe what I believe, and I believe what they believe. Yep. And that's the part of it. But one thing that always sticks out to me, and I just want to hear your thoughts on this, is Andy 3 years ago, when I first got there, he says, the man or woman that can self-correct will be forever prosperous in any endeavor. And ultimately, I was like, okay, so the man or woman that can self-correct, which is self-regulating, will be forever prosperous in whatever endeavor, whether it be your health, your mindset, your business, your relationship with your husband, wife. The person that knows that they're on the wrong path and then doesn't need somebody to tell them how to get back on the right path will be forever prosperous. I know I'm going to roll into our core values. Mm-hmm. And I want everybody who's a business owner to understand what our core values are. So then if you can instill that in your people, then all you have to do is look and go, okay, guys, listen. At the end of the day, if there's faced with a decision, look at your core values. And if the core values say, hey, don't do that, then you don't do that. If it's aligned with the core values, then do that thing. The fastest way to build that self-regulating culture is to have that non-negotiable core values. I want you to break that down because you helped us write it. We all wrote the core values together. Yeah. The main core team. But I want you to start breaking some of them down so that the people who are watching it can be like, okay, that's the core values of the Elliott Group.
Number one. It's not number one. It's number 3. Family of choice, or loyalty is our bond. So we are what they call fanatic, obsessive, intense, built on culture. We're with each other so much. We go to church together. We do these things together. And people are like, I don't get it. How do you guys all do it? Well, you're at work with the people that you want to work with, right? And then you go home, or maybe you go to work with some of these people, and then at the end of the work, you go to the bar with these people. So they're in your lives, just like you're all in my life. The only decision that we made is we're not going to drink. We're going to go to the gym. We're not going to eat fast food. We're going to eat good food. And so the culture, the family of choice, the loyalty is our bond. Our loyalty to one another in family is our bond. So what is family? Family fights. Do we all fight in public? We fight in public. You know, I have to have something to say to you. 6 people are going to watch me get on you. You're frustrated with me, so we fight in public. We fight in front of everybody. There's no behind the scenes. Let's go talk it. No, dude, let's go.
I would change fight in public. I'd say we fight internally. in the open.
I like
but,
that.
But,
See this kid. I love this, man.
He's got the words, man.
He's
His
got-
language.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I was gonna say, but not.
But we don't hold
publicly,
anything
open
back
mind.
from anybody. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
we're an open to the company, the family of choice, the interior, the loyalty is our bond. So we're up front. We're very direct. Direct communication is the worst. That's why most people don't do it. We have no problem having direct
awkward.
communication. And so that's how we scale. We know where everybody's at. We know what's going on. You don't have to think, hey, what is he thinking? I know what you're thinking because you tell me your mind. That's a hard thing to do. So that's one of the reasons why our culture is so tight, the way we roll together. A service-based business, our company's needs first before our own. We've decided that our company is it's a recurring business-based model. So if our clients don't keep paying month after month after month after month because we can't do our job, well, we got a big problem. Our churn rate right now, company-wide, is 12%. That says something about who we are. 12%. It's probably one of the lowest in the company is on the subscription-based model.
It's 12%
and
too
price
high.
point. No, what's that?
It's 12% too high.
Is it too high? No,
It's 12% too high. I want a zero churn.
that's the goal. So
Zero churn
now that
rate.
we are a service-based company, our customers' needs first before ours. You say that. When you're telling yourself that, you believe it. When you write it down, you see the core values. My customer needs first. The customer's not always right. Their needs first. Well, when you're doing these deals that we're doing now and the companies that we're doing with, and they've never seen customer service like this. They've never seen the direct line of communication that we have. We're going to be unstoppable because you have to revamp your entire company to keep up with us from a service-based business. Remember, 12% churn rate on all these accounts because our shit matters. Our training is elite. Our customers get results, and then they get us. Not just one of us. Jacob, how many accounts do you have that work with me?
Dude.
Do I get paid on that? Nope. They have my phone. Maybe they need some mindset monster shit, man. Maybe they need some business integrations. Maybe they need branding from Jacob, the word tracks and the negotiations, but they need the mindset stuff and they need some integrations from me. Or they want to talk to Ryan about how he built his brand. They get all of us. So that's an unstoppable feat when we can put our egos aside, self-awareness high, and your client can come to me on a phone call and know that I know I don't pay Sean, I pay Jacob, but I still have access to Sean. That's unstoppable. Or they have access to the twins. What other company is doing that? You'd be like, no, dude, that ain't my account. I'm not helping. Our customer needs first, ours second. Well, when you instill that in the company, and I can go to anybody within the Elliott Group and get the answer that I'm looking for, and I think Ryan's the best fit for me, and I know I can call him, it's over.
Game.
This is the new model of business. Our company will be studied one day. I'm not trying to impress anybody, but to impress upon what we've done, I haven't found. That's why I read all the autobiographies I read. I want to know what some of the greats done. I've never heard a company run the way we run. It's very interesting because we got a lot of high-powered alphas, men and women, very little ego, high self-awareness. We're gonna have a beautiful life.
Yeah, I do love the fact that sometimes we do be fighting.
It's fun,
We be
man.
fighting. But you know what's funny? Me and Ryan have been, I guess you'd say, how long would you say me and you have been partners in business? And like just like running side by side.
Real quick, how old are you?
I'm 22.
How old are you?
I'm not even gonna go there. 27. They've heard it before, so it would be funny.
They can't do it. Okay, so
27.
So let me ask you this question. So we have the young closers, right? 22, 27. You're all gonna. I'm gonna say the numbers. Is it okay if I say numbers?
Absolutely.
I know what you're gonna make. Both of you will make over $300,000 this year.
Absolutely.
Okay. What keeps your head in the game? What keeps you from dabbling in Scottsdale's delightry? Delightry, you like that word?
That's
a new one.
That should be like a dictionary, Pictionary word or whatever.
like that.
Thesaurus.
So what keeps your head in the game? What keeps you from being distracted from the beautiful scenery of Scottsdale? You know what I'm saying? That's a real. You're 22 and 27. You both make high six figures. You have beautiful homes, both of you. Well, I know you're out of the game now officially. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Going on in your life.
Big daddy.
That's a real call, right?
Well, I think just been there, done that. You got to get out of your system. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, I'd say avoid all that stuff at all costs, but it's kind of like I remember being a young man, and I'm sure all of us have been there. And our dad's like, "Hey, don't do that, or you're gonna regret that." And you're like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna touch the stove. You just got to experience stuff. I think some people get so like wound up in being like on the right path, it kind of messes them up. You know what I mean?
Here, huh?
It's just
yeah.
So it's like
Try to be on the right
you got to
path.
kind of do some bad. I wouldn't suggest doing bad stuff, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying
your
like
system.
you just see all the like. Okay, Sean, you've got a crazy past. Jacob's got a crazy past. I got like every successful person seems to have a crazy past. That they've been to prison. They've done some crazy, stupid stuff, but that makes you that much better because you've been there, you've seen it, you've done it. You know, that's not good for me. I'm not even ever going to try it. You know what I mean? And now you reset. Like every successful person I can think of, they had an alcohol problem, a drug problem, all that stuff. Like, and if you haven't had those problems yet, good, that's really great. But I mean, you're lucky. But I think that really molds you, and that's why the group that we have here, none of us are like silver spoon-fed people that have all this skill. We're just molded and built into this amazing company. Do you believe
someone can come into this? Like you're 23,
22.
22 years old. We got you. I got you when you were 18, though, so you didn't have a choice. And you lived with me. Yeah. Sorry about that, by the way. That was hell. Oh, yeah. But if you're willing to listen, we eliminated a lot of the mistakes you probably would have made, right, as a man growing up.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was going to say is...
that's why I love this. And I don't want to forget this thought. That's why I love the young closers. Your generation is my generation. I love them. 18 to 30. I want my hands on them. I want them all. That generation is a powerful generation. So there's 34 or 54 million men and women, 18 to 30, 54 million of you, and look what you're doing with your lives. Some of they need the direction, man, and I want them all. I want them all to be business owners, entrepreneurs, or like me. I want them to be the baddest fucking number 2s in the world for the number 1. That's why I love your generation so much, and that's why I love this brand you guys are building under the Elliott Group too, because this is powerful. The more hands, the more men and women this age we can get our hands on, that's how you change something. That's how you influence at a high level. Politics ain't going to do it. It's the entrepreneurs and it's the sales pros that come together that can have change, that make the influence count. That's special. This generational thing you guys got going on is badass.
One thing that I think about is, obviously if you want to indoctrinate change, you can't change what's already been set and laid. You got to change what's to come next, which is my generation. When you think about politics, I'm 22. Obviously, I can't run for president. I can't be a senator. But if I do want to have some people who could be in that position of power, well, the deal is they're the ones that are up and coming. And just kind of like exactly like what happened with my life is I went through a lot of pain early on in my life. And then at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I've been around men and women that's also made mistakes that they would traditionally make at 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. And I've been able to tap into their histories and be like, okay, so you made this mistake, and then your life went down this road, and then this caused to happen, and then you hated your life for 4 years, and then you finally made the decision to change, and then you finally got onto this path. Okay, cool. I'm just not going to do any of that, and I'm just going to go to that road, that final. So
you're coachable.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
100% coachable, because I would rather people are like, oh, well, are you sure? You like, Ryan's like, hey, sometimes you got to get out of your systems, you got to make mistakes. Absolutely. You can't be scared to make mistakes. But if you do have somebody that's there that has made the mistakes for you, like, it's dumb to put yourself under the pain for no reason. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the way that you're going to win faster, is compress.
But I think that builds a lot of personality, though, because if Sean didn't go, because Sean knew that drugs and alcohol were bad for him, but he still did it. But if he didn't do that stuff, I don't know, he'd be sitting here right now. He'd be probably somewhere else.
I have a good idea if I wouldn't have went down. If my son wouldn't have got sick, we wouldn't be here, for sure, 1,000%. If I hadn't gone through the 9 to 14 years of age, and that time in my life was insane. And then my best friend at 18 was murdered in front of me. And then my son, 10 years after that, getting sick with multiple heart surgeries, and that was really bad recovery and sickness, and you got an infection. It was awful. I would have never crumbled to drugs and alcohol at 34. So I hadn't touched that shit before. Okay. And it swooped me out. And then it went to drugs, prescription drugs, alcohol, and then gambling, and then hiding it all from my wife, and imploded. That's why. That was the villain part of my life. And that's why now I have this superhero role, the mindset monster. I don't want people to feel that pain, man. Yeah. I don't. I want to help people get out of that their own way and remove that modality of their life. Yeah.
Well, here's one thing I want to say is there's unconscious incompetence. You just don't know what you don't know. So Sean did need to make those mistakes to be here. But imagine if Sean had Andy in his life when he was 20 years old or 18 years old, and Andy, Sean, you were all there like trying to preach to that 18-year-old kid, and you're like, hey, listen, don't do this. And they're like, I'm still going to go make these mistakes. And you're like, you're an idiot. Then you don't have unconscious incompetence. You just have negligence. You just don't care because you just want to go out there. You want to go live your life, which I get that. That's cool. But you can't pray for rain and cry when it's muddy. So I'm trying to make sure that if you've been through something and it sucked, I don't want to go through the same thing, because why would I want to go through the suck when I don't have to? Yeah. Now, if you just don't know, and you got to go experience it. But the reason why, the people who are listening to this podcast, anybody who's made it to, minute 29 of the podcast, they can't claim unconscious incompetence. You can't claim, oh, I didn't know. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And that's the reason that we're doing this right now. And so I want to be able to make sure that I can skip all the mistakes, because by the time that I'm 42 and I'm Andy's age, or I'm close to, what are you? You're 40?
43.
43? No, you're not. Really?
I'll be 44 in December.
No shit.
Just a young pup.
Young, just getting after
But
it.
when I'm 42 in 20 years, I know what I want my net
That's
worth to
scary.
be.
I think that's scary what you two are going to be like at 42.
Yeah, in 20.
Till the line.
Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
Towing it, baby.
In 20 years, my net worth will be 500 million.
I believe that.
I know.
Only 500 million? Why are you shooting so low, dude?
Liquid.
Yeah.
Liquid.
Liquid.
That's still
Liquid.
small. It's a small number, bro.
I think
That's
that
weak.
the game changed when it comes to monetary value. I don't want to jump around on your podcast. Or you're going to talk
Yeah.
marketing, AI, or we're going to do anything?
Yeah, let's talk.
This time
I
or
want to
that
talk
next
process.
Hey,
Process.
I don't wanna-
systems.
Well,
say
here's the
anything.
deal. Guys, listen, it's long form content. There's absolutely no need to rush anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Because I think, Sean, I want to, and we'll go into that. But I think
hold
I
on.
want to talk
Before
about
we-
Sean's stuff, because I think this is important, because I feel like this culture, we always talk about money and cars and network. All that shit's cool.
Yeah,
but how
nice.
can a guy right now listen to this that's starting a company, that has a company, take a great culture, because that, we can build that. We talk about that all the time. How can a guy take that with a team of men and women, and then take what you did with this company and organize it into a process and a system that's scalable, that you can replicate, that is actually like, here it is, here's the game plan. If you do these things, you will scale in whatever you do. Because we work with solar companies, we work with oil drilling companies, we work with now fishing guides,
Bankers, attorneys.
I
real
mean,
estate,
everybody.
yeah.
So, and the same thing works for all these industries. Now, when we add in like the culture and the mindset that Andy has and that you have with your back end and your systems and processes, it's deadly. And that's how real good businesses run.
Yes.
So I love talking about the money and all that stuff, which is great. But I think what Sean's got with the AI, with the process of that stuff is what's going to take everyone to be a billionaire, the B word.
It's going to get interesting to see how fast we can scale with AI, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, not interesting. I'm already seeing massive results with the money. Who can we become? Would be the question. What's the value of that? What did you have?
Oh, I was
you
going
win for me?
to, just for everybody who was listening, I had all the core values pulled up, and
yeah.
so that way they can either clip this part and then incorporate them into their own businesses. Because I do feel like core values are probably going to be the most important topics of any team.
Yes. When we waver on our core values in the beginning, it was hard to get instilled, but we never quit. We always talked about them, always talked about them, always talked about them. I was like a broken record for 3 years about core values. It took a while to get instilled into the company. When we were wavering in core values, our company was different than it is now, is it not?
Absolutely.
Core values are that important.
Absolutely. Well, our the times of our most prominent growth is when core values were in the forefront of all decision making.
Yeah.
And so I remember when the leadership team would get together and we'd be like, okay, hey, listen, this is what we're thinking about doing. And then we'd reflect on the core values and say, okay, is this with it? Is this against the grain? Or is this in alignment? Which one is it? And be like, okay, well, it's in alignment. Okay, let's talk further about this concept.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you continue to roll it out. Then you make the final decision. And you know that the time that's spent doing it, you knew that the entire time it was in alignment. Yeah. And then you can dive deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you finally get to the decision, you make it happen, then you incorporate it, and you have that core team. Like you got core values, then you've got a core team, because the core team is it's like a pit boss in a casino. If you're counting cards, you're getting kicked out. If you're not with the core values, pit boss is going to kick you out. And so it's always been one of those super important things. Actually, you know what? Hey, why don't we do this? Why don't we get them to text into the 480 number? And I'll send them over the core values. So
Boom.
everybody who's watching this right
cool.
now,
It is.
here's what I want you guys to do
It's on point.
is text the 480 number, which it's 480-405-3817. It'll be laid on the screen. And so you guys can go in there and just be able to text that number. It goes to me and Ryan. Just text the word core values, and I'll text you over the Elliott Group's personal core values, so you can incorporate that into your company. You can add to it. You can take away whatever it is that you need. But I guarantee you're probably going to keep the exact same ones that we have, and you'll probably be able to.
It's the blueprint for success.
It's been the blueprint of success for the Elliott Group, and anybody who doesn't like what we've got to say, no problem. Just look at the scoreboard, and after you get done looking at the scoreboard, call me back.
That one.
Give me a call.
But the number it's 480-405-3817. Text core values, and I'll make sure that I deliver that to every single one of you guys. But let's talk about some AI.
Boom.
Boom, baby. We're going into robotics, right?
Yeah.
What is AI, Sean? Give us
Yeah.
an explanation of what this is, because it's super popular right now in business.
AI is a way used efficiently to get your time back. That's it. That's what it is for me. It saves me about 4 hours a day. At this point, there's gonna be a lot more. I can go into AI for what we use it for. We don't do a lot of automation at this company. It's all handheld. I'm using AI to streamline processes, onboarding of dealerships, data control, data posting, building pipelines to where constant communication is being had with our clients. They know it's Andy AI. They know it. But I want to know how they're doing. I want to know how. I can't text all these people, but you can have a real conversation just to check in with our people. It's brought in about $150,000 in the last month.
Wow.
And no one has talked to them. They bought off of a link. So it's the new way to buy your time back. AI isn't going to make anybody massively wealthy outside of a developer who really takes off with it. But AI is going to give you more time to work in your business and not on your business.
Let's do
Okay,
this.
because Andy's working on the business, right? I'm working in the business. That gives me more time to work with you guys, to work with the funnel team, the marketing team, the tech team, and the design and the creative. It's about 3 hours, maybe 4 hours a day now. Do you know what I can do with 4 hours a day? My Lord, ooh, I get excited. So
as somebody who's doing a lot of the back end operations of a business, I want to break down the difference between AI and automations.
okay.
Because
Big difference.
massive difference, night and day, black and white. And so, like what you're talking about, is it like true artificial intelligence think for itself and be able to be not micromanaged, you just let it do its thing, or is it things that we spent time and sweat, equity, knowledge in building the automations to make sure that we can carry it out? So if I put this trigger for the next 6 months, this person's getting taken care of by this automation instead of something sitting there, or however you describe AI, whichever way you think about it. I just think of like in the cloud, and then it's just making decisions based on the information presented to it. But I don't have to go tell it to go left or go right. It makes the decision for itself. But it's got multiple options instead of it being streamlined. Like, hey, listen, you're going to go down the path that I built, and you're not going to go waver off that. And so is it true AI or is it automation?
It's true AI. Well, it's I can't talk a lot about it right now, but
Yeah,
we'll
no.
be one of the
It was
companies.
kind of a setup.
It's top secret.
It was straight. I'm gonna be honest. It was straight up a setup question.
I know. It's like Andy and Jacqueline. I can't even tell you who we're doing it with, but Andy and Jacqueline brought somebody that's on the forefront and been in the industry of AI. See, AI has been around for 75 years.
75 years.
75 years.
Right. You're talking really.
Oh yeah, AI. If you trace back AI from some of the technology standpoints, people don't really think about. Okay, well, what do you mean? Well, remember Roomba? When Roomba first came out, Roomba's been around for 20 years. The vacuum that vacuums your floor,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
AI.
Love that.
That's a prompt. It's prompted to where to go, how to go. It can scan the floors and know not to go over a stair. It's all AI. And a lot of people don't think about that. We've been surrounded by AI for quite some time. What happened is the technological advances that have happened have made it on a platform that's mainstream with servers powerful enough for us to use it like the internet. It's over. Now, you do not want to be the man or woman, I don't care how old you are, to be born with a brain, fingers, and understand AI's here. You're born into the AI revolution and not get onto this. For I don't care what you do, I can help you scale with AI. In the next 5 or 10 years, you look back and go, yeah, I remember all that. I just didn't do anything about it. It's detrimental.
Dumbness.
The decision you would be making not to take a course, not to reach out to the Elliott Group, not to let us expose you to what we're doing. I dabbled with it and picked up $150,000 for our company in 2 months, dabbling. Andy and Jacqueline just spent six figures and a percentage to get this launched. It's going to be very special. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And what did I tell you guys? We always talk about this. Andy and Jacqueline and I and the team, we are the leader in sales training and technology. And those are our words. That is our mantra. And that's why we're all in. All in. It's powerful. Automations stay, but AI will take over.
Well, AI will probably make automations.
That's going to build it all for you.
And you don't have to think about it, which is so basically the thing that's crazy with AI, and this I want to talk about this too. Is it dangerous? Because at some point,
it has to be prompted.
But if it gets in the wrong hands,
Think about the movie.
because a guy could just say, "Hey, how do I build a nuclear bomb?" and then AI just tells you how to do it.
Okay, so
Right?
think of it like
But it
this.
has to be prompted.
theoretically.
Then you
I
have
was
to
gonna say, think of like the. Remember,
I like this question. I
Remember
like this
the
question
movie
a lot.
iRobot, where it had the 3 laws?
Mm-hmm.
It can't disobey a human. It can't hurt a human, and it can't. I forget what.
That's a movie.
But no, at the end of the day, it's all the same situation. Like you can prompt it, be like, hey, listen, these are 3, just like core values, just like any company. You be like, hey, listen, these are the 3 things that no matter what happens.
But what
you
if it's
can't
a terrorist AI?
That's a great question. I don't know the intellectual realm and what we're playing on with that, but I can tell you this. Here's the
let me
just
text Elon
explanation I
Musk.
use, right?
Yeah.
I have this badass $5 million robot. That's an AI robot. And it can open doors. And it can follow all these prompts. Open doors, walk downstairs, get into a car, start it, close the door, walk back upstairs, walk back through that door, and shut the door. If all I tell the robot to do, or if I don't tell the robot that the door is locked to unlock it, boom, the whole system crashes. Has to be prompted to do every single prompt I need it to do. It has to be a prompt, or we'll say it's a prompt, or a code. And anything that sways it, it cannot think for itself and adjust on the fly to fix it. It learns more advanced as we prompt it what to learn. So I'm sure if we started feeding it some, high level, what did you say,
Chemistry.
terrorists? And I would imagine so. But right now, no. Our prompts that we're building, it talks like Andy. It texts like Andy. It moves like Andy. It's really fast. And when I may move, I think data's alive. Like the way it articulates itself, it's Andy Elliott. You can't tell the difference. Well, that's hours and hours and hours of feeding it Andy's scripts, his one-liners, his content, and his YouTube to study all the courses to learn how to speak.
Right.
But if I say, hey, dude, speak like this right out on the fly, let's say, what's the one guy's name? Jordan Belfort. I have all these prompts coming out, and it's speaking like Andy, it's moving like Andy, it's texting you back as Andy, and I say, okay, well, now do that as Jordan Belfort, and it's never studied, the whole system crashes. Mm-hmm. All the scripts are invalid to the AI. I think that's the best analogy. I hope that helped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything has to be prompt. It's a prompt after prompt. Can you build it to this massive mega level where it's running your complete backend operations? Yes, I'm trying to replace myself. Like, what do you mean replace yourself? I want to replace myself. I want to see if I can get it so good that I can replace myself. Because if I have all my time back and everything that I do is completely automated, people are like, no, man, you'll be out of the job. No, I'll figure something out. But that's I want to see how far I can take it. Now we have to go to another level.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like the virtual seminars, 3D cameras that we're going to be coming out with next year. That you're going to be able to watch Andy in 145 countries from the living room of your home, and you're going to put these goggles on, and you're going to be there. You guys, we're in 83 countries.
Yep.
With AI, virtual technology, 3D cameras, we're going to be all over the globe. It's special.
Oh yeah, no.
I get excited about this stuff.
What happened to the metaverse?
Metaverse is still around, but they're pushing it in a different direction.
Oh.
Yeah, the metaverse is.
Remember when that was hot? Actually, Sean bought some real estate in the metaverse.
I bought some real estate in the metaverse. It took a little. It was actually I made a little bit of money and then it sell, and now it's worth what I think I paid for it a little less. But
see, that's where
that was fun dabbling in. It was interesting.
But it's just like
digital
one of those,
real estate.
Yeah,
it's like one of those things where AI can.
It was kind
it's
of like
hard
the
to tell
NFL.
if
It was
it'll be
kind of
like that.
Yeah.
I went to buy Grant Cardone's metaverse real estate on top of Florida, and they wanted $170,000 for it. I thought that would have been cute.
That's crazy.
Negotiate his real estate deal with Grant on the metaverse property that I bought behind him.
Yeah, and I mean,
Love you, Grant, Uncle G. That would have been
love
funny,
you, dog.
Yeah,
but no,
that was a fun, unique time.
Oh yeah,
but it's coming back. It's going to happen.
I mean, it was kind of like the old the crypto and the NFT kind of.
Real quick, just so I say this: when you roll out anything, how do you do it if you want it to stick? If it doesn't work the first time, you do it in waves. You keep pushing it on. Keep pushing it on people slowly.
Little bit.
Pull it back a little bit. Let's give them a little bit more. Okay, let's pull it back a little bit. You do that in 10 years, you can instill anything into the lives, and you guys see what's going on. You can do that.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
You do that.
Yep.
It just takes time, and persistence,
the ebbs and
and
flows
the message,
of influence.
and someone that's willing to follow through with the time, persistence, to pull it back a little bit, reissue it, reinstate it, and you do that over 5, 6, 10 years, 15 years, it'll stick. Yep.
It's going to be crazy times.
Yeah,
I'm excited. The future is
It's gonna be
bright.
fast.
I think
Very fast. Speed.
It's kind of like they're talking about with Elon Musk. He'll be one of the first trillionaires in the United States in like the next 5 to 7 years, closer to 7, maybe 8. Just based off like with Tesla, all like all the companies that he has.
A kid like you, I call you kids. I apologize that
you're okay.
that bothers you, Jacob. Young men like yourselves, me, I can become a billionaire now.
Absolutely.
I already see the software I want to build. I already know what I want to build. I'm going to build it. I'm going to use AI with the Elliots to get it done. So we'll have our own fancy piece. Like we have our own backend software. We have our own CRM now. We white label a lot of the stuff, and we've custom built the technology. The next thing that we build with AI, it's going to be so powerful. We're going to be $1 billion company.
Oh, absolutely.
Without a doubt. I know the numbers. I know the years and the numbers. And you know me, I'm pretty good at numbers. When I predict some of the things like last month, what we did last month, that was amazing. I predicted it to $100,000 because of the forecast, the KPIs, the SOPs, the KPIs of the business and the KPIs of life. And if you understand that, you get good, pretty damn good.
Oh, yeah.
And now understanding the speed that AI is going to let you run with and the time that you're going to get back to be more efficient in other areas that you're lacking in, it's powerful.
One thing I was going to say is I think that one of the fastest growing people who are going to accumulate wealth is going to be somebody that can build AI that can deliver on the deliverables.
Like pizza.
Like a sales team.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And make a fully automated sales team. And to be able to say, okay, you're going to learn this product. You're going to learn the language. Here's kind of the core language that you're going to use. And you're going to learn based on customer reactions and how to respond and how to make sure that you can deliver upon the deliverables, and be able to take like that personal, let's say it's like a credit card over the phone, be able to take that personal information and then not know the difference if they're talking to somebody in AI or talking to somebody who's like an actual human. That's going to be one of the very first, at least in my opinion of what I know, which is relative.
I'm going to give you guys a number when we're done here. This is in beta. It's beta testing. I'm going to give you the number to text, and you tell me if you can tell the difference if it's AI. Later today, I have the number. It's being built. This is for our solar division. And I want you to tell me if you can spot if it's AI. Oh, that's AI. Nope. Sean, I'm not sure. What is it? Here's the great part about it. At any point, the AI gets stuck. It's not a 98% accuracy rate on the deliverable, the message I want sent or Andy wants sent. I get pinged to take over the conversation.
Nice.
No.
And then it learns.
It's very efficient. And then it learns after I prompt it and I fix it and I respond. It's like, oh, okay. That's how I respond to that. Done.
Goodness.
Yeah, because it's not only the keyword density. That's cute. That's all. This is. I mean, people. Oh, your AI is on ChatGPT. No, this is much more. We use the foundation and the infrastructure of ChatGPT for sure. It's there, but then when we went above and beyond with custom learning and AI and the technology behind it and the investors and things like that, it's powerful.
But now so what does that do for all the companies with sales teams? Obviously, a lot of companies are like, I don't want a sales team because it's a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. We preach sales team because you have the right culture, mindset, the right people. It's massively powerful. But now if something like AI comes, what does that mean for real humans that are in sales? Does that kind of wipe sales out? They have to go to other verticals, or what does that do?
Some industries, yes.
Because I'm not going to drop a name, but the guy who we're working with on this says, hey, I want to replace all salespeople in a certain industry with this technology.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I believe he'll do that. Do you believe he'll do that?
No.
I don't know. I think so. He seems pretty serious.
No, he will. That's key. He has the numbers. He knows the analytics.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to say is, based off of the conversation of who it is, you got to think about it. So, normal human sales team, how much have they, percentage-wise, tapped into the market of what they can actually sell? Like, if I'm not mistaken, it was, 3%? Yeah. So humans have tapped into 3%, and you've got all these humans accumulating that type of money. Yeah, then you add and incorporate AI. But the deal is now if they were like 60, 70, 80% of the way tapped into the market, and then AI took over, 100% all out of jobs. But if the AI helps you pick up another 10, 15, 20%, 30%, 50%, you still can have human sales teams that just generate you even more revenue.
Absolutely. Right. But it's going to come down to the question is, do you want to? We want you. We want to. We want our team. We love our team. We are a team. We are not going anywhere. We want this. I don't want to do this alone. I don't want. Absolutely. Hey, I can replace my team and just go AI. That sounds boring. I like fighting with you guys. I like hanging out with you guys. I like our Mexican.
We just all be janitors.
Some people, some men and women that own companies are like, okay, I can replace my sales team, and they will. Yeah. Good for them. That's not what we want. Now, on the flip side of that, do you remember when I told you this 2 years ago? I said a gentleman, man or woman, who sells, that has this, I can sell anything, that fights the CRM, that doesn't learn how to write ad copy, that doesn't want to build a funnel or a landing page to scale, will become obsolete. Remember when I told you that? It's happening. For you to be valued, I'm a sales professional. Cool. Can you build funnels? Yes. Can you write ad copy? I sure can. Do you understand AI principles? I do. That is a professional sales professional. That is a sales professional in the 21st century. If you're just like, I sell, man, I close anybody anytime, and I don't do CRMs. Dude, you are obsolete in 2 more. You're obsolete to me now. But in a few more years, you're completely out of the game.
Yep.
A sales professional knows how to market. We'll say close, negotiate. Knows how to market. Knows how to build a brand, which is the reputation. Knows how to do a simple lead page to capture data. Knows how to write the ad copy and where to place it in the Facebook groups, the LinkedIn ads. If you don't understand that, you were completely obsolete to this company. You all understand that. We've instilled it in you to learn. You all fought it in the beginning, but it wasn't an option. I said, it's going to take us 5 years. It's going to take us 10 years. Y'all going to learn this. You know what I'm saying? That
we learned it now.
That was a fight. That was a fight. Some people were like, I'm just not going to learn it. Well, then you're not equipped for what's to come. You're not.
Evolution.
You're not going to be equipped for what's to come.
Salesperson evolution.
I'm glad you said evolution. Do you know the only this is right. There's nothing more fierce than this apex predator. You know what it is outside of a human?
What is it?
Evolution. It's a man killer, a woman killer.
Darwin.
Evolution is the apex predator of humanity. Humankind, humanity. If you do not get on board with this, you're going to get left behind. And at one point, you're going to get so left behind, Chick-fil-A hires for $25 an hour. You're going to want to get a job there versus working $5,000 a month in sales. Yeah. Okay, and that's real. And you can serve people all day long.
And you ain't got to work bell to bell. You ain't got to show up. You ain't got to deal with quotas. You just got to show up.
You get free food.
Say, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Speaking of bell to bell, you know the big industry, you know our brothers and sisters in automotive. I love them. I have broken down AI and showed them proof in the pudding, as you would say, how to scale. And we've crushed it in automotive sales with AI, crushed it from ad copy to posting the cars, all these things that we've built. Do you know what they say? It's a fad. My gosh. The automotive industry is about 14, 15 years behind what we're doing right now as a company, roughly, in the scheme of things. The automotive dealerships, the franchises, the corporations, like I'm working really hard with, one of our bigger groups to implement this dealers wide, and there's hundreds of them. If they do that, there won't be a second place. They are going to dominate 1 through 50. Because this right here, this AI that can help you with the cars, write the correct ad copy, target the audience, all the things that we need to be doing in automotive for our brothers and sisters to help them scale, win, and grow, it will take over for this dealer group. And then you're just going to be thank you, because that's millions and millions to the bottom line. The board of directors, the shareholders, stock goes up. It's a win-win. Embrace it. Most dealers I talk to fight it.
Just like I think you're naturally going to fight things that you don't understand fully.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You can't do that with AI. This is the first time you can't sleep on this. This is such a disruptor. This is more of a disruptor than the Internet in 98. This right here. This is more of a disruptor than the Industrial Revolution. There's been time. Oh yeah, this is the game changer
statement.
Technological revolution.
Just the revolution in general, because a young man like you, we can get on. We can go show you some code things that we can build out. You truly have a shot to become a billionaire now in 10 years. If you understand what I understand about how to implement this in your business, in your game, you're unstoppable. And this is not the piece of technology that you can slow play.
Just wait till I get that Elon Musk
it's not.
Neuralink.
You can't. If you don't get me started on that, because I like all this stuff.
Yeah, so do I. Think it's
I think it's fascinating.
For me, I sit here and I look at it and I go, okay, all of this is being built, and then I just think about all of the avenues that I could leverage it in my life and my business. Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't care if I like it or not. I'm gonna learn it because I guess it's a necessity.
So here's something funny. I got my phone right here, right? I have an app. I've trained. Hey, brother. It's Andy Elliott. Just know I'm thinking about you. Have a great day. Or, hey, Tim. This is Andy Elliott. I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. Have a wonderful day. If you need anything, let me know. Boop. Send it. It sends that voice memo in Andy's voice. Sneaky.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
fascinating?
Again, that's crazy to me because, and that's where I'm saying, and we're using it in a good purpose, but that's where it could go wrong
You can
because
do a lot
now
of crazy things.
with like identity and who knows? I mean, I don't know. That's where I'm saying it's just
the
like
only
it's
thing-
craziness
the only
when
thing
because you
that's-
start thinking about it. It's like whoa.
The only thing that scares me about this is at what level does it get to where I can't discern reality versus AI?
We're gonna have to regulate it.
I bet
Government
you're there. I
regulate.
bet you're there in some cases now. I bet I could put you on a phone call prompt where you wouldn't know you're talking to an AI robot. You think you're talking to Sheila.
Yep.
That's crazy.
She's good.
Well, I think.
The Google advisory.
Well, they got.
Oh,
Well, no,
the
the
appointment.
assistant. But so another company today just launched their Google. I think, or no, Bing, whatever company Bing's
See,
with,
they're coming back. Look
and
at Bing.
they're doing
Who's
an
Bing?
AI
Does
thing.
anybody know who Bing is?
Yep,
So, yeah,
Where'd they been?
working on AI.
Working on AI in the dark, silent. Bing, Bing is the top four of
Look at this.
top 4 search engine.
Yeah.
Bing. Well, look what they just launched that made it completely relevant to today's market. They've been sleeping.
Right
You
back.
don't think of Bing, Google,
Hey, Microsoft,
YouTube,
yep.
Microsoft.
That's what it is.
They're
Microsoft
fighting back
thing.
now. They're coming back. Bing.
Just like that.
Because they put the time into the AI and the development. Because if you really knew how much technology we have behind AI over the last 25 years of development, do you remember IBM? IBM had,
Yep.
what was her name? Can't remember her name. All that data that they were building way before its time.
When you talk about IBM, you talk about the CEO.
The AI that they were preaching about 10 years ago, but it could only be used on a corporate infrastructure because we didn't have the technology to self-serve it to one-to-one. Had to be
Watson?
Watson.
Yeah,
That
Watson
AI has been
solution.
collecting data for 25 years and learning. This isn't new. This isn't new. It's just evolved for me and you. Finally, the technology became available for us to have it on our phones on a one-on-one. Player versus player right here. I can go to war right now and go write a book. See you in a couple hours, boys, with my new book. Pick a topic, write the book, edit it, do some edits, take it to my publisher, get a mock-up done right here at with old B Wood. I got a book on Amazon.
But now, also with that being said, again, on the downsides of this stuff, because now we're taking like creativity and work and time. And granted, yeah, we don't want to spend time like writing a book, but a lot of times that's what makes a book good is because a guy sat, on a beach or in the woods or in a certain place, like when Stephen King did the movie. With at the hotel, whatever that movie's called, The Shining. Like he went to that hotel and like experienced that stuff, and then like developed and then put it on paper the way he felt, and then made this amazing masterpiece of a movie.
I don't think that's replaced.
You know what I'm
can't replace
saying?
creativity. And I've also and I know this for a fact. Facebook ads know if it's a Chat GPT driven ad article, written ad copy, they don't convert as well.
Really?
We spent the money on this. I know a Chat GPT written ad copy prompted the right way versus the ad copy I write and Andy proofreads and rewrites and helps me with. The ones that Andy writes converts 40% higher on our landing pages than Chat GPT ads.
But my question is how does Facebook know the difference?
I don't know.
What metric are they using?
The algorithm knows. The algorithm knows. They know. And the way they score it, like you see people with all this long form copy all of a sudden coming out.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You guys know I've been writing long form
Oh,
for
yeah.
3 years. It's one of the things that I've dove into. They go from posting a motivational quote and getting 50 likes to long form Chat GPT, they get 2.
Yeah.
Facebook knows. They know how it's written. I don't know how. I'll try to figure that out. That's a great question. But I watched this. It was a TED Talk on it. The algorithm can pick up that is artificially and ChatGPT generated. Furthermore, here's another thing. You can't copyright ChatGPT ad copy. It cannot be copywritten. So anybody
It's all
can use it.
plagiarized.
Anybody can use it. So there are a lot of things that you have to take into consideration.
But like ChatGPT, technically that is, and we talked about this I think before. It technically is plagiarism because all it's doing is just scanning other
100%.
stuff and then just taking those words and then pasting them with no credit to.
That's why the
original.
courts ruled that it can't be copyrighted. You can't copyright it. If you write a book with ChatGPT, I can use everything in that book and make it my own.
But my question is how do you discern the difference?
I don't know. I'm not going to go into that.
Oh,
But I know people that are using ChatGPT, and if I like the article, I can take that article and spin it. That's probably a different conversation. But yeah, there's a lot of things.
It's just
that
getting
you can do.
complicated.
Yeah, well,
It's getting
Let's
crazy.
keep it simple.
Yeah.
What can the boys and girls of the country do, man, to get this used and benefit into their favor? Text the number, tell us what you do, and I'll give you the piece of AI that'll work for you.
So
There's 10 AI technologies right now. 10. There's 10 you need to know. If you're a McDonald's worker and you want to scale your hobby, you should know this. Yeah. Tell them text you. What's the number?
it is 480-405-3817.
Text it, baby,
Come
for some
on.
AI
Well, it's
introductions.
fun because, you know, something's got to move you. Something's going to want you to push. If you get up day after day and you already know what the day looks like, it's a mundane life. You're not going to be thrilled to get up. You're not going to be thrilled to get out of the gym. The fact that I know how someone's hunting me for my job, it gets me going. I love it. I love the rush. It's like this fix to me. Generating AI, writing ad copy, building funnels, and then serving people. You guys know that's my biggest thing. When someone texts me, man, I get it a lot. That, dude, you and Andy have changed my life. No, we didn't. We showed you a way. You did that work. Don't you ever forget that. Nope. I'm honored. Thank you. It means everything to me. That's what this is all about. And now, with me buying my time back, I get to do that for more people. It's cool. It's powerful.
You think mundane's bad?
I believe it's bad. I believe it's what drew me to, awful. You want a mundane life?
Well, I was just saying, I was playing devil's advocate, but let's say, wake
let's
say wake up every morning, 5:30, go to the gym, crush it, fire it up. You go home, do your studies, your reading, all of that. Come to work, fired up, ready to crush it. Eat 3 times, go to the gym 1 more time, and then go home, show your family special love and energy. Go back home, do the exact same thing.
I don't think that's mundane.
But mundane, I mean, let's just.
That's probably an opinion.
Ask Siri what's the definition. Actually, I'll just type it up right here.
Mundane to me, well, I'll tell you what mundane is, because these are the men that tell me they have a mundane life. I go to work. I don't have purpose.
Yeah, never mind. It's lacking interest or excitement. So
yeah, I go to work every day for 10 years. I've been married for 5. This is what they sound like too. I've been married for 5, and I don't have sex with my wife anymore, and my kids don't know me. Got a good job, good money in the bank, got good credit, and I just don't have a purpose in life, and I hate it.
Void.
I don't know what to do. Dude, give me a guy for a month. Give me for 30 days. If you want it, if you really want this, give me 30 days. Because I'm going to show you a pattern. I'm going to show you why you did what you did. I'm going to explain it to you. And all I'm going to do to you is I'm going to take you through what Andy took me in that 90 days. You guys remember when he got me?
Yeah.
And the first part, the first lesson to this that I have to tell you, this is free, ladies and gentlemen. Write it down. Submit to the will of your mentor. Don't fight it. Become obedient in the change. Ego stops that. For 90 days, he grinded on me. Andy grinded on me. And dude, I fought it for 60 days. I fought it for 2 months because of my ego. Submit the ego, right? Self-awareness rises. Submitted to the man's will. Became obedient to the work without question. Blindly followed this guy. And next thing you know, life was getting a lot better. But that's my life. I wake up, I go to the gym, I hang out with my wife, I go to the kids, I run the Elliott Group, I go home, I go to the gym, I have dinner at night, I read a book, I read the Bible, I read Proverbs, I write in my journal, I do gratitude, I write the G code, go to bed. That's 7 days a week for me. It's a powerful life. I'm affecting a lot of people. I'm learning AI. There are no distractions. You want to be my friend? Let's do business together. Let's go make money together. There's no reason for us to be friends, right? Exactly. You guys do business with people. Are they your friends? Our clients are different. We love them. We do a lot of work with them. Our clients come in. We take them to the lake. We're making money.
Oh, yeah.
We're making
Everybody
money.
is.
Yeah. Everybody.
Everybody.
Well,
Because I've had a client that's paid me a lot of money. And the next thing you know, I'm investing them $20,000 with them for another project. Right?
100%.
That's powerful. And other people, too, like when people DM me and say, hey, Sean, I can do this for you. I was like, great. Have you ever trained with Andy Elliott? No. I was like, well, train with Andy Elliott, and I'll open you up to maybe doing business with you. Because that's how I do business. We've done business with so many people now that I give them my business first.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Got to.
Yep. That's how it works. That's what our network, our tribe, our community of men and women, that's what it's all about. If I'm looking for something, I see if there's someone within our tribe that does it first. And I'll pay for them. And I'll even wait for them to ship it or whatever that is if it's not local.
Absolutely.
That's how it's built.
I mean, it's just the value exchange.
Yeah.
And that's got to be one of those things that's always got to be consistent. Can't be a one-way street.
Nope.
I was going to ask you about routines.
I don't believe in them.
You don't believe in them?
Rituals.
Rituals.
Routines are mundane. A fucking routine. Here we go again.
That guy's easy to beat.
That guy's easy to beat. There's no purpose behind a routine. So I changed routines to rituals. habitual rituals because I have that personality where they say I'm an addict, whatever that means. And if I'm not habitual by design in what I want, dude, my mind's all over the place. So I get up, I go to war. And every day I do the same rituals. My morning routine is the same. I'm up at 4:30. I'm here at work by 8:30. From 4:30 to 8:30, the same, 7 days a week. Drilled into me. So therefore, when I'm having a tough day and shit doesn't go right, which is every day, I'm built for it.
Absolutely.
I'll fall to my highest ritual. Don't quit. No matter how I'm feeling, I go. Do you guys have like feelings anymore? Have you passed that yet? Like, yeah, I don't want to do it. It's not even a question. No shit, dude. I don't want to do it either. But just do it.
Like one thing,
just do it.
One thing as I start to get, more wise for my age, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
At 22, the ripe wise age at 22. One thing I'm starting to like realize and understand is like, listen, as I'm in business and there's thousands of other people in business, we're all stressed out. We're all gonna have whatever type of emotions. You're gonna have a good day, bad day, whatever type of day. But the difference of the haves and the have-nots is those that are willing to just continue pushing no matter how they feel.
Well, see, I don't even think anyone even has stress or has a bad. It's just all perspective. Like, dude, honestly, I mean, if you live in the United States of America and you can walk and you have your hands and your vision and you can function, like, you're good. Now, obviously, if you had that mindset, that wouldn't help the country grow because we'd all just be hanging out bass fishing all day long. You know what I mean? Just smiling. Yeah. So obviously, it's not productive for society. So you do have to want more and have that dog mentality, even in a really great place, and go for more and push harder and pretend like everything sucks. But you got to push because otherwise, it's like nothing's gonna grow. But if you just look at it like, dude, no matter what, I got it really good, and I'm super lucky, and I'm super grateful for everything that's happening to me. Like, hey, I freaking get in a car accident when I leave here. I'm grateful for it because, hey, what better place to be in a car accident than Scottsdale, Arizona? You know what I'm saying? Like, but see, I think people don't think about it that way. Like, oh, my job's
Here's the wild
tough,
part.
and,
we know you. We know that's how you live.
Yeah.
It's wild. Ryan's like, okay, well, we'll figure it out.
But see, that's what I struggle with is, like, thinking, like, part of me is like, dude, like, I have the best life ever.
Yeah.
I might not be the top guy. I might not make the most money. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, dude, I got it pretty freaking good. And some guys say, Ryan, you got 3 kids. Man, I have no kids. That must suck. It's like, no, it's kind of cool. Yeah. I like it. I don't know. Whatever. Like, it doesn't, I love it. But it's all perspective. Like, some people get cracked by,
I just don't know how he pulls out of the parking lot every morning.
Yeah. Well, but some people, like, they lose a big customer and they're like all fractured. And another guy loses a big customer. It's like, dude, let's go get 10 more. It's like, that's like, so now going back to like mindset and being a monster, how do you play into all that? Like, because you do have a great life, Sean. Like, yeah, I mean, from an outsider looking in, it's great. Everything's awesome. So it's like
changed my life with Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, exactly. So
I designed this.
What pushes you, or what? Because a lot of people, they get comfortable. They get like, hey, I'm man. I mean, I don't know, like, because at some point it's like, how much more do you push? How much more do you have that dog mentality? Like, for most, because people listening to this, they're going through this stuff, because I know we all do it. Yeah. So it's like, what's that push? What's that drive? What's that end result?
It's written down. I'm so clear on that answer. I know that answer is so easy for me, but I'll give you a backstory real quick. For years, I didn't. For years, I ran. I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money for 20 years in the car business. My wife didn't have to work for a period of time. She raised our kids. Life was great. Nice house, cars, just pocket vacations. Wonderful. I was never fulfilled. Not once. Ever. Never. When I came out of my stupor and I decided that no more, this is not the man I'm going to be, I decided when I got with Andy, it was crystal clear when somebody told me I saved their life. They told me they were going to kill themselves. And if it wasn't for me, I would have died. I would have killed myself. I remember March of 2020, he told me this. Forever changed my perspective on my life. That was when I knew what my calling was going to be. My calling is 10 million people to live the most extreme version of themselves in mindset, fitness, health, wealth, relationships, spirituality. That is the goal. I will not waver from it, and I know the path because Andy just walked me through the path. So I've been moved, therefore I know how to move people. That's the path. Sales training and technology, that's my fix. The path and the calling is my people going to another level. I know this. When my granddaughter or my grandson, which I don't have either yet, can hold a baseball bat, I'm backing off. I'm going to be their baseball coach. I'm going to raise my grandkids because I didn't get to raise my first 2 the way I would have liked to. but I know that I love children. I love kids. I love babies. I think they're the most purest form of energy in anything in the world. My idea of design is I have it down. My daughter will be the first one. My daughter's a freak athlete, 21, freak athlete. Both my boys, she's the athlete. She's exactly like me.
She whoops up on him.
She whoops up on him. When she has the grandchild, I'm hoping, because I want a freak athlete.
Yeah.
I hope it's a little girl. I'm going to put my grandbaby in wrestling and baseball. I'm going to raise her. I'm going to raise her with my daughter. And at that moment, when that happens, I'm backing off to 80, 90 hours. I'm going to 40-hour work weeks, boys. Period. Everything will be implemented and instilled in the Elliott Group to where I won't have to be here that long. But I figure I have until I'm 43. I figure I have until about 56 to when that happens. So from there to there, I already have my painted future of where I'm going. I have the vision in my mind. That's my mindset is the vision. I'm going to chase it. And I know where I'm going to go. 20% of adversity a year is going to try to wipe me out. I'm built for it now, so it won't derail me. And go. That's vision. Now I just got to go make it a reality. That is your design life. So when you say I have a great life, hell yeah, I do. I designed this. I've rebuilt this infrastructure 4 years ago. And I only do what I want to do at the highest level. And I take on pressure and pain, all that stuff, because I've been taught. Andy's helped me. Well, Andy saved my life. People say, no, dude, you don't owe anybody anything. He didn't say, the man saved my life. You guys knew I was reckless. My wife was out. Kids didn't want to talk to me, man. Now I have a wife that won't keep her hands off me, and the kids won't keep calling me, or don't stop calling now. And I wasn't used to that. And so it's
Sean's daughter schwacked him for $2,500 the other day.
$2,500. So that's the designed life. That is what keeps me fixed in this ruthless, obsessive, compulsive, insane behavior to attack, because I know my road comes to an end at 55, 56. I will not work this hard. I'll have a grandbaby to raise and be very present in that life. And I know I can build my empire and my wealth and my finances and get my complex trust built out. Anybody who wants to talk about complex trust, learn it. I'll have my complex trust built out. My daughter will be the trustee. And I got this designed life I built. That, to me, is living.
You know, one thing I love about it is that you're chasing all of this. You got it all like with massive clarity.
Massive.
And
real quick, do you remember when I told you guys 2 years ago, Andy, this isn't his building. This is mine. He won't even be here. You remember that?
Now look at you.
He's never around. He's traveling the country. That's by design. That's what we wanted. We just wanted the guys and the team and Andy and Jacqueline traveling the country, building the brand. I used to say that every day.
Just got the boys. Yeah. And then me and Ryan are just literally never here anyways.
You know,
so it's like,
and as soon as you get your bass boat and you go live that lifestyle that you want, bass fishing on the pro tour, look at that. That's all you talk about. Outside of changing lives and bass fishing.
Bassmaster Elite Series, boy.
So all-American life.
Well, one thing I want to talk about is, number one, you've got like the clarity, you've got the roadmap and the journey, and you've stayed consistent on it. I want to talk about the reward that you got here recently.
Gosh, that's special.
And so, like, I love, you know, they say with a leader, it's not about just, you know, just like beating on somebody. The thing that's the most memorable and powerful tool is recognition. Yeah. Which you got recognized, you know, this month, which was an amazing just to witness and be a part of and know that I was able to contribute to it. Go ahead, tell them, man. Make sure you show the camera.
Well, it's what a run. I'm gonna get me emotional again. I thought I was over this shit.
Yeah, dog. Hey, I'm good at pulling the tears out, dog.
That was special. That was by design. I took a lot of factors into consideration when I picked the number. And when I told Andy and Jacqueline the number for the month, Jacqueline was surprised. Yeah, that's a lot. But I knew what we were doing. I knew the momentum we had when we set that number. I knew what the marketing team had been pulling in, and I asked them for a lot. I asked you guys for a lot. I asked everybody for their very, very best. And I said, let's go to this ultra reality where we're living the lifestyle that we envision us becoming, and let's go work like that. So you framed it, right? The message was just completely dominate, and the tie down was for building the life that we wanted to. So I told Jacqueline a number. She goes, okay, if you hit that number, I'll give you X amount of dollars. So I don't want the money. I want a watch. So I have never been a watch guy. I admire your guys' watches. I think they're beautiful. I can't spend that kind of money on me for a watch. But I want one. I just won't do it. You know?
Hey, nothing better than a spiff watch.
Yeah,
you know?
So instead of the money, I said, how about you buy me a watch? She said, done. And so we we went to war that month, and I pushed you guys hard, and we hit it.
You're a little soft.
A little soft.
Yeah, dude, you got soft in your old age.
I think more methodical.
Very methodical.
Why don't we go talk about what happened?
So, but it got me a Breitling. Got a Breitling watch. Beautiful.
Yep.
What was it? Well, how much was it?
Super chronomatic BO1.
Look it up. Look it up on Breitling.com.
Yeah.
$11,000.
And watches are great investments. They're just going up.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
And,
a great thing to have.
It's absolutely
who
beautiful.
cares about it going up or down in value? It's just the hard work and the sweat
Well,
equity
you know what's
of
funny?
gaining the goal.
Dude, I'm watching the reel Andy did, and these haters,
Dude, they hate on everything, bro.
they give me a watch. I got a little emotional. Do you see these guys attack? Man, I was like, damn, dude, you guys, you gotta have a miserable life to say the
They
stuff
just
that they
that just
say.
plays in the algorithm,
I'm
baby.
I'm 100% going to be honest. I could on Andy's reels on like TikTok and Instagram and all that. I could build an orphanage and they would still have hate in the comments.
Let's do that.
Dude. Some people,
I agree.
Like
And build a sales team.
Yeah,
The orphans.
100%. Start them young, but you know, like some people are just absolutely miserable, and the only thing, like the only scope that they can view life through is just a negative one, and so
I don't
those
even worry
people are
about haters
miserable.
anymore.
And guess what?
And here's a little secret to anybody out there: if they're not belligerent, if they're belligerent haters, block them, get rid of them. If they're not belligerent haters, you can get them to be your best clients in about mine. It's 5 months. The men that hate on me, even DM my wife. It's weird. If they're not belligerent, me and my wife don't block them. We tolerate it. I can make them clients, and they become the best clients.
Yeah.
In about 5 months. It takes me 5 months to turn on somebody. Because when you come to me every morning to hate on me, and you see I'm still bringing it, and nothing's changed in 3 years, this dude's been getting up at 4:30, and oh my god, dude, you gotta learn to respect it at some point. Because there's people I respect I don't like. And I think I become that man sometimes for people, and then they do business with me.
100%. You know, you're either the rock or the water. Take your pick.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Sounds awesome.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by saying that?
No.
You're either the rock or the water. Take your position. So you know how water, when it's constantly beating against the rock, no matter that the rock is solid right now, that over the wear and tear of time, the water forms the rock and changes its shape because of the consistency and constant force of the water.
Pressure. Yeah.
So
There you go. I learn something new every podcast.
be the rock or the water, but take your position and hold on to it. Sean, to wrap this up, I want to ask for one piece of advice for entrepreneurs.
The best thing you can tell us right now.
It doesn't have to, just right off the cuff, one piece of advice. It could be for entrepreneurs who are either entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs,
Just getting started?
they could be getting started. They could be already well established in business. It could be absolutely any piece of advice. But
I pray to God your family and friends come with you. And the advice I'm going to give you is they're not. The people that I thought loved me, and this breaks my heart to this day, people that loved me the most, I thought, did not back me at all when I went with Andy Elliott. At all. Still don't. And I had spent years trying to please these people. I thought I had. You're on your own. Come get into a tribe like us. Where you tell me your big ass dream, I'm going to give you some ways and tools that I've learned to help you get it. If you're just getting started and you want to go big, I'm sorry, man. People that love you the most, they ain't coming with you.
Just accept it and let's go to war.
Yep.
and,
Be okay with it.
Well, here's one thing I want to say to add on to that.
They love you. They should.
Is
back
that
you.
there's going to be a lot of people in the world that won't back you, but people who say it's lonely at the top, I do feel that way.
No, dude, bullshit. The air's just clear up here.
Shit. Well, one thing I was going to say is it's if it's lonely at the top for you, that means that you did it the wrong way.
Yeah.
You stepped on a lot of skulls to get there, and that's the wrong way to do it.
Powerful.
But the people that you want, like your family and like your friends, the people that you think in your life are going to be there with you, yeah, most of the time they're not. But if you still can somehow get to the top and it's lonely, you didn't tap into any type of community, or you fucked over a lot of people to get there.
No one's a self-made millionaire, boys.
Nope.
Nobody.
Hey, if
Doesn't
you
exist.
Bullshit.
want to go fast, go alone. If
Yep.
you want to go further for longer, do it with a team.
Yeah, you got to do it with resources, allies, all of that.
100%.
Well, all right, boys.
Well, Sean-
Big Ray's got a haircut
Real-
to go to.
Well, absolutely. Sean, real quick, how can they find you on Instagram?
At mindsetmonster _
At official Ryan Rasmussen. And Rasmussen spelled RASMUSSEN because the guy that edits these keeps spelling it wrong. So I'm spelling it for you, buddy.
Aiden, come on, man. Dude, Jesus. I'm kidding. But no, hey, guys, find me on Instagram at The Real Young Closer. Sean, hey, Appreciate you.
Thank you, Sean.
Spending
Love
an
it. It was
hour and
amazing.
20 with us. That means the absolute
fast.
world. And so, hey, listen, we got a Ultimate Closure Summit going on. We got some special news. And then
Our
we're gonna
people are in town.
Yeah, our people are in town.
They are
So
in
we
the
gotta
droves.
Go do that. And get ready to be in California in 2 days.
Let's go.
Driven
LA,
boot
baby.
camp. LA, Anaheim. We're going to get
go.
I think it's Anaheim. Something
Let's
like
roll.
that. Whatever.
go.
Burbank. But hey, let's get after it. Love you guys.
Take care. Later.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinny. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on